Hi, welcome to the very first episode of my podcast. Thank you for being here. I don't even know how many people I'm talking to right now. Actually, really excited to film and edit and posted this episode. This is the very first episode of this podcast. And the reason why I said mini just because this is all I'm having. This is my actual bedroom and this microphone that I got from Amazon for like 30 something euro the other day, and I have my phone which is filming me right now. And once I feel like I'm filming this from my actual bedroom, and I will be switching between my bedroom and my living room just because today the living room is already preoccupied. So I thought I'll bring you for the very first episode ever in my very bedroom. And yeah, this is not a studio, this is not a prop. The only prop that I bring in here is this plant behind me. That's all I'm bringing because this normally is standing in my living room, and this is the only thing I bring as the prop in here just to make it a little bit more cozy. Since this is our very first episode, let's get to know each other. Hi, my name is Lita. I am from Cambodia. Currently, I am living in Germany. I am married. My wedding was in 2024 in February, and my husband is German. Like I said, we are currently living in Germany. I'm currently also taking German language class, and I have a part-time job in the morning and my class is in the afternoon, and I just want to have this, podcast as an extra hobby, something that I can look forward to do every weekend. And like sitting and talking in front of the camera, the process of editing, the process of film, like I'm always enjoying doing that. I'm just really happy that I can actually put this into real practice, and let's see where this takes us. Also, English is not my first language. I'm sure you probably can hear from my accent. Like the purpose that I created this podcast is just because I want to have something like my digital diary, and I know that everyone is doing that, creating content and all of that, which is great, and I see a lot of people enjoying doing it. I am too. Like I also create content on TikTok, and I have this like YouTube channel for a really long time already, and I think the last time I posted a video was like a year ago. Like I am really excited to take something serious and make like probably a hobby into a career, if that makes sense. So I still have German language course and my part-time job in the morning and all of that, and I don't even know how I'll be able to do this, and how long I'll be able to hold this, but I'm positive that as long as I'm enjoy doing this, like I'll always find time for it. I've seen a lot of video or a lot of people saying like, oh, you should be focused on one thing and find your niche, what you're really good at. And to be honest, I don't agree with that. I think not everyone is going to be really good at one thing. There's a lot of people who they don't really know what they're doing, and that's also okay. Just because, one person is really good at something doesn't mean that you also have to be really good at that thing or to be exactly like that. You can be really good at multiple things. You can be average at multiple things. You can, still trying to explore your option, even if you're, in your mid 20, in your mid 30, 40, or I don't know, however old you are. And I just think that's also okay. So when people are telling me to find my niche, I don't know what I'm really good at, to be honest, because I am pretty good or average at a lot of things, and I can do a lot of things. And if you ask me what is something that you're really good at, I don't know. I can cook. I also like to read. I am also a very hardworking person. I am also able to edit a video. So like that is for an example. Like I can do a lot of things. So why only focus on one thing when you can do so many things in life, when like it's so much fun to explore so many options that you can do in life. And another point is also because I think that we have a lot of pressure from the society already to tell us to like how to do things to be able to fit in like having this type of job, earning this amount of money a year in order to be able to do this, like wearing this type of dress, wearing this type of skirt to be able to be, the next it girl or whatever. Like those are already the pressure from society, and I just don't think that we should pressure ourselves even more just just because other people tell us, or whatever we see out there telling us that we should be really good at something, and when we can't think of what we are really good at, we're starting to question our purpose in life and think like, oh my god, I am actually like don't know what I'm doing, or like what am I supposed to do, and start stressing out about what you can do in life and all of that. Because it's okay if like I said from the beginning, it's okay if you not good at anything specific, but you can do a lot of things as well. Because at one point, I think at the end of the day, the only one thing that is really matter is how happy you are in whatever you're doing. And I'm sure like I'm not the first person to say that. Yes, earning a lot of money and having money is really important, but it's also, if you're not happy in what you're doing, like you're waking up every morning and not looking forward to go to work, you're waking up every morning not enjoying every second of what you're doing, and like what's the purpose? Imagine doing all the things that the society tell you to do, wearing all the fancy dress, or like any type of the clothes that society tell you to wear, but actually that is not your style. Imagine that is like, let's say you're wearing a dress because it is the trend now, because it is the thing that, but actually you're not enjoying wearing a dress, you like wearing jeans, or I don't know, whatever you like to wear, but so you just do it to fish the compliment from other people. You just do it so that they will look at you and be like, oh, this girl is so on trend. But then what do you come home to? That's the question. Like, what do you come home to? Are those people living with you? No, I guess not. You come home to you yourself, and like imagine walking on the street wearing that dress, and you just wish every second you want to get home and take this dress off and put on something comfortable that you actually enjoying wearing. Like imagine that. Like who are you doing all those things for? You know what I mean? So it's okay. You don't have to find your niche, and it's also okay if you find it and you're really good at something. That's amazing. But I know that there are some people who when they listen to that, like I can relate to that, because I can't really find one thing that I'm really good at, because I want to do a lot of things. I want to have a full-time job. I want to create content and make a career out of it. I want to do a lot of things. Let's say in the future, I also want to own a business, you know? That's okay. Do whatever's like, take a step at a time. Make sure the steps that you take are the things that you actually enjoy doing it. And doesn't matter how slow or how fast you are going to always take one step at a time and enjoying it, and you will be there one day. And that's why I say you have to enjoy whatever you're doing. Just because someone telling you need to go to be really good at that, you don't need to be really good at that. That's okay. They can be really good at that. You don't have to. The pressure from society is one thing, but another pressure is also from friends and families that they will tell us that we should do this, otherwise we're not good like our cousin, we're not good like our siblings. And I again speak from experience, because growing up in an Asian household, pressure of having good grade or speaking a second language and all of that, it's like on another level. And in my case, it's the pressure of getting compared to the other person. Doesn't matter I'm getting compared to my cousin, doesn't matter if I'm getting compared to my friends, but that was the pressure that I grew up in. And like in the beginning, it was so difficult for you to deal with those pressure. And slowly, like days become months and years, and you just so get used to it, and it's become so numb that you are now starting to put that same pressure on yourself as well. And you don't even know that you're doing it because you're not doing it on purpose. You don't even know. It just the circumstances that you got used to. Well, I am the first person in my family to be able to speak a second language. And this comes to my advantage later on. And I thanks my moms for, sending me to English school, even though in the time that she trying to make ends meet barely, and she's still sending me into English school and to have an education and all of that. But this also comes with the pressure. Now that I am the first person to be able to speak this language, I also expect to have a really good job. And if I don't have a good job, I'll get questioned. For example, you speak this language, how come you're not able to find a good job? After I find a decent job that earning decent money and all of that, now it's become another pressure of something materialistic, like having the latest model phone, like having the latest model of scooter or motorbike and all of that. So in every family meeting that I go to, I would get questioned, or not directly questioned, but it's not, and that's also the thing, it's not really a question, it's more like it's just saying to you, almost like to hurt your feeling, if that makes sense, to just like, oh, you're still using that phone. What do you mean I'm still using that phone? It's still working. And oh, you're still driving that scooter, that's what I meant. It's not really a question, because this is not something that they want you to answer. And I don't even know if that is on purpose or it's just also the way they grew up and that's why they think that's normal to do that. Or it would be like, oh, but how come I still don't have a boyfriend? And I know this specific topic, it's in every family gathering and all of that, and a lot of us are making it into a jokes. And you see meme of people making into this video about going home for holidays and your uncle or your aunt asking you about that. And I know we're all making it into a joke, but unless you're in that situation yourself, it was not a joke. And I don't mean to be like, oh, make light of the situation. Yeah, I now laugh at those jokes as well. I'm just saying that when you're actually in those situations, you don't really look at it as a joke, because it actually hurt your feeling, because you just feel like, and it's not the specific topic of why I don't have a boyfriend that hurt your feeling. It's just that why everything that I'm doing, I keep getting questioned. Like, why can't I just be there at the family meeting and having a question, how are you doing? How's your job? Or like, I don't know, talking about the weather or whatever. Just why can't the conversation be about that? And why is the conversation has to always be about how much money I'm making, or if I'm making this much money, why I don't have this? Because not everyone is materialistic. Not everyone. I have this scooter for years. I think I have it from 2015 until I have to leave Cambodia to Germany, and that's when I sell that scooter. I mean, it still takes me to wherever I'm going. It still takes me to wherever I want to be. Why do I have to change? And why do you always have to question someone about something that makes them happy? If that makes them, and that's what I meant, that if you don't do something that makes you happy, you're always gonna have to fish for something like the next thing, because you can't really make other people happy. You can't really change other people's opinion on you. If they think that you should wear a skirt, today you wear a skirt for them. And then tomorrow they'll think that you should also wear these shoes with that skirt. and then you'll do it again, and you just continue to repeat the same cycle, and they will always have something to talk, always have something to tell you to do, because it's like they know they have the power over you. They know they have the power. They know that they're they know that whatever they're saying, you're going to do. And like for some people, they might actually take enjoyment out of it. And back to what I was saying, that if I were to listen to, what my cousin was saying, if I were to listen to, what my cousin was saying, what my family was saying, like I should change to this latest model of phone, or having this different type of vehicle, or whatever that. And imagine, I'll always have to do that in order to make them happy. But who is making me happy? Like when you're comparing two people to each other, it doesn't make any of them feel better. Maybe the other person who they get compared to feel better. If they're not a nice person, they will feel better. But you're not making anyone feel any better. The other person they that is the subject that always get compared to someone is going to always question their ability to do things in life. And the other person that you compare one person to, they are going to always fishing for that in order to make you happy, or in order to make the society think that they are fitting in. You can't really make anyone happy. You just can't. Once you have a boyfriend, they're going to question, when are you going to propose, or when are you going to get married? And once you getting married, that's the next question, is that when are you going to have a kids, or when you're going to have children? And then after, you have children's, and they're going to now also, if they want to, they also talk about your ability of being a mom or being a dad. Like, oh, you're not a good mom, you're not a good dad, why are you doing this for your kids? Because every step of the way, they're always gonna have something to say about you. So if you continue to do whatever you think, and you think like, if I do this, it will shut them up. It will never shut them up because they could never shut up. These people will always have something to say. Trust me, these people will always have something to say. So the best way is to just be yourself, do whatever makes you happy. And if you want to follow the trend, you can also follow the trend, but don't lose yourself in any way. Like, don't lose yourself. It's okay to, buying what the trends say once in a while, but just don't lose yourself in that. Because if you buying that jeans that the trend said and it makes you happy, then buy it. But don't buy it because if I buy it, then, my friend is going to look at me and think I'm the most fashionable person they've ever known. Don't do that. Just do it because you want to do it. It takes me a long time to realize that, and also thanks to my husband. He is the most confident person I've ever known. Honestly, when somebody, let's say, talking about something about him, he just doesn't get offended very easily, and I am in that way, like quite the opposite. I am very sensitive. I take everything that people talk about me, and stuff it inside and think about it for like the next few days. I mean, to this day, it's still quite difficult for me to, for example, when a certain family member talks something to me or something like that, and I would think about it. I'm not saying that I'm all perfect and woohoo, now I'm able to block all of those noise in my head. It's not that easy when you're dealing with something for so long and you are so used to that. It will always going to affect you. You just learn how much can you accept it and how much can you throw it away. And that is also, a learning step that you can take. You don't always have to take from 0 to 100 within the next 24 hours. You don't have to. As long as you know what makes you happy, as long as you know the value of yourself, and that should be all that matter. Like, you don't see the full picture behind the screen. So don't judge someone just because you see them doing something that you don't like, don't judge yourself just because you compare yourself to other people. You know what I mean? Some people show up really confident on the street, and that is good for them that they're able to do that. So when you see that, don't compare yourself to them. You know, you don't know what they go home to, but you know yourself what you go home to. We have this saying in Cambodia that you eat from a different plate. So you never know the full story. I don't know if that makes sense. That's a really shitty translate, but I hope some of you understand what I'm trying to say. I've seen this topic every day on social media about being really good at something or something like that, and that's why I thought it would be, it would be nice to make this into a first episode, and also I can speak a lot from my experience as well, because I'm one of those person that always get compared to the other person, and I know how that feel. If you ever question your life, or if you ever question your self-worth or your value in life, just think like, what would you 2 years ago think about you today, and how far you've come. Even if you're mentally happy, last year you were in a different place, you were in a darker place, and this year you'll be able to enjoy every moment that you do in life. And so those are also something that you can give yourself credit to. Always remember to ask yourself a question: am I doing this for me, or am I doing this for other people? Like, am I doing this for me, or am I doing this to fit in the society? Am I doing this for myself, or am I doing this just to shut those people up? Because if you do it, it just, I know sometimes it's difficult. You just want to shut them up, but trust me, you can't. They'll always find something to say, because that is their full-time job, and you don't want to make that into your full-time job as well. No. It's not worth it. If you got raised in a certain type of family situation, don't don't feel pity for yourself in a way like, why these people able to have this type of family? Why am I so unfortunate to have this type of family? Don't ever feel that. If you want to change something, it is your generation, it is your time to break the cycle. You do that. There's nothing you can do. You cannot go back, 20, 30 years ago to change your life, to change or to choose who you're born into or which family you're born into. You cannot do that. So when you think about that, it's only going to make you more upset. But think about it this way, like, look forward and break the cycle. If something that you want to do, if something that you think that it's not right, promise yourself that this is something that you will never do to your child or your family member, and that's what you can do. So look forward to something that you can do. Don't look backward to something that you can't change, but all you can do is to upset yourself. I hope you're enjoying this episode. I hope I don't yap so much, like I hope I stay within the topic. I don't know, you let me know, but don't criticize me so hard, okay? um, I just told you that I'm sensitive, so yeah. And there's nothing wrong being sensitive, by the way. You can be sensitive. There are days that there are some days that I just need a good cry, and that doesn't mean that I'm sad. I just want to cry, because crying sometimes feel really, really good. So yeah, this is our very first episode. I hope you're enjoying this episode, and I hope my voice isn't too annoying, and I hope that I wasn't speaking with a lot of wrong grammar. Leave a comment if you like this video. Give me a thumbs up. And it's so weird to say that, by the way, like, not because I'm asking for something, but because this is my first time actually, like, give me a thumbs up, comment. I've never said that before. Like, I don't even say that in my TikTok video, but yeah, you can subscribe if you like it. I post once a week. I don't I haven't decided yet which day I'm going to post. So let's see which days my editing is ready to be out there. So you'll see. Anyway, thank you for being here, and until the next one, bye.